I'm on my knees, yeah. And I crawl, but I cannot walk. Oh. Sing when I can't talk, and you I love. The final. We're waiting outside of True Tone recording David Henry's studio. We've already preloaded stuff onto the porch because we're just that prepared. This one.
Okay.
That's my producer slash engineer. Great guy.
Hey y'all.
Hi David Henry.
What's going on?
We beat you.
Craziness.
Remember Daniel?
Of course, yeah. How are you?
Scary, huh?
Very scary.
So check out our epitaph by Steve Bowman, former drummer of the Counting Crows. Currently plays with the Bittersweets among other bands. Great guy, so sweet. He played the drums on most of the other tracks that we've recorded so far for this album, and he moved to town not that long ago from San Francisco and decided to leave that, you know, in effigy.
Am I supposed to check levels?
It's a very cool old little house that is mint green on the outside that they, I guess, gutted and made acoustically treated, which means that all the walls are acoustically treated and floors, everything. So I like this because I've recorded in some very complicated studios and they're just so sterile. It's like recording in a hospital. Not cool. So I like this because it's like a living room.
Great. Yeah, sounds great. Let's see, I've got...
If you're watching this, either you know who one or both of us are, or you will way too soon for comfort. Anyway, so we're in True Tone recording, Nashville. And we've been working on this album, and I've lived in Nashville just over 2 years, and it's, I guess, the second and a half album that I've done, because I did an EP on my own, and then a album with a record label, and then this is the first full album project I've done, you know, with myself at the steering wheel per se, and it's exciting. It's cool. I spend so much time here, I feel like I live here. So our kitchen, no, David's kitchen. Look it. There's my face. Oop. What a supportive producer, no?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, here we are. I think we're about the 60% mark as far as having the record done. We've been tracking drums and bass. And I think most of the project, it seems like we started with Tori coming in for a day and we recorded just her guitar and vocal. And it was what you call scratch version, so it wasn't the actual keeper performance. But it was a guideline, we got the tempo set, we got the structure set and the key and all that stuff. And then we would hire our band, and so we had our drummer and bass player come in, and they pretty much played to this guide track we had done.
Right.
And we did that for the first round was 5 songs.
Yeah.
So we
Which is cool, because then I can produce too.
Yes, yes. So that was great. It was amazing. It was fantastic. Let's do it again.
Okay, so take 2 for real. I was like take 1.5 before.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Everybody from, you know, the guy that went on the road with me all year last year to this morning we had my boyfriend come in and play. So those are like my personal touches, but then we've had like, you know, crazy CMA guitar player guy, and then the Counting Crows guy and Jars of Clay guy, and then David who plays every instrument ever, like randomly trumpet and mandolin, and then me banging on sheet metal and singing and whatnot. So it's been really interesting and cool because I like it being kind of experimental instead of it being very tense and strange and, you know. This was on some tracks we did yesterday. Big upright bass. I played one of these for a semester in middle school.
I love like the way we've done this, where we get like 5 songs done, and then we take, you know, kind of step back and say, okay, well, we've got, you know, the framework of the record, so where do we want to go from here? So then Tori brought in, I mean, you had like another 12 songs, which obviously we didn't need that many for a record, but it was really cool because we were able to pick the ones that matched the initial batch that we had. And it was great that Tori had the material, because some people just did, well, I've written 10 songs, let's make a record, you know, and they may or may not match it, or might be a couple of dogs in there, but you know, this way we were really able to kind of go to the strengths, I think.
Oh, okay, I heard something. Yeah. Well, I got some craziness going on here.
And the stuff's really starting to shape up nicely.
I'm happy, because I was terrified. And nothing to do with you.
You should be.
It's scary, because once you've done it a couple times, you know these are the mistakes you can make. These are the things that go well, and for the next 30,000 years, I'm going to have to live with this album, and people are going to judge me based on this soundbite, so...
well, that's assuming that they're listening to it.
That's true. All drummers have those arms. That's why I learned drums, so that I can get arms. Not so bad for a chick.
And it's such a great learning process. And you and I were talking this morning, or maybe it was yesterday even, but about
Someday.
about trying some new ideas out. You know, like I said, I've been doing this for whatever 15 years now, but I still feel like I've got plenty to learn. You know, so even though this is Tori's second record, and I probably have worked on hundreds of records, I still feel like I'm not going to shut her down. You know, like you may have an idea, like you may have thought of something I've never thought of. You know, which is as far as like how to record something. You know, even though you're not an engineer, but you may have a new perspective on it. It's like, well, that's outstanding.
Somewhere in there. Anyway, was that remotely on time?
Okay, yeah. Cool.
It means a lot to know that you can bring these songs that are, anyone that's like a songwriter that do it because they have to, not just for business, they know that it's like a baby or something. It's like this kid, and I'm like, here, don't drop it. And so if you're working with people that are like, no, bad songwriter, bad idea, you just feel so good.
Yeah.
So it's so much fun to say, can we try, what if we hung upside down from the ceiling and like, beat on some plastic spoons with some whatever, with a pomegranate, and you're like, let's try it.
Let's do it.
Perfect. We want to do this because, I have all these people, I mean, whether it's Dave in Syracuse who drove like 3 hours to see me play that one goofy coffee shop, or, people that bring me cookies or let me sleep on their couch, or all these wonderful people that make this possible for me to tour, and, my family, or like Wayne who's behind the camera, and we're going to do a music video soon, and all these people who make everything not only possible but worthwhile. So many people ask me questions like, oh, are you doing an album? Is it done? I mean, it's very complicated, and there are also all these amazing people like this guy, and some other people who just you never see their faces because their face isn't on the cover of the album, but I wanted to kind of explain a little what we've been going through, and the good stuff and the crazy stuff, like, me forgetting my guitar the other day and I had to go back, which is why I was late. I mean, just so you can see, this is kind of what we do, and in our case, this has taken a couple of months, I guess, because I had to travel and go to Ireland and whatnot, but some people work on albums for years because it just is a lot of work. So we hope that, maybe this was entertaining or at least vaguely educational or whatever, and you can write it off on your taxes. Thanks, baby.